Lamine Yamal plays for Barcelona and is the highest rated Wonderkid on Football Manager 2024. But let's not forget Endrick, who's the highest rated Wonderkid on FM23 and is still pretty good in this year's game. Endrick's got a future transfer to Real Madrid. Yamal plays for Barcelona. It's going to be a clash of the Titans. It's Messi versus Ronaldo all over again. Let's simulate their careers and compare to see who comes out on top. But this should be a fun one. So, strap yourselves in. Yamal, Endrick, let's have a quick look. As you can see, positionally, pretty good, both of them. And if we're just going to do a like-for-like comparison, and there you go. Endrick, a little bit better defensively, yet he's not as good at playing in actual midfield. And apart from that, physically, he's a bit better, but he's 16. Yamal's only 15. Everything else, aerially, technically, vision-wise, Yamal's got the edge. So, very interesting to see. Now, we do know that Endrick has a future transfer to Real Madrid. Sorry, we're on Yamal there. Endrick, his future transfer to Real Madrid is in 2024, in July. So, and just one singular season, and nothing's going to really happen with them. They're just going to have their first season in their domestic leagues. As you can see here, 11 appearances off the bench for Sepp. There you go. So we're going to simulate through their careers. That's the top and bottom of it. So to see them actually start to flourish and get a little bit better, I'm going to jump straight through 3 years. Endrick will be at Real Madrid. Yamal should still be at Barcelona. They'll be 19 and 18 respectively, and probably starting to look a little bit good. So we're back in 2026, and for some reason, Endrick has now started to be played a little bit defensively as a right wing back, awkward, and a defensive midfielder. I don't understand why he's being a defensive midfielder. Let's look at their attribute analysis. He's starting to round out. I mean, his physicals are looking pretty good, aren't they? But I mean, 14 pace is a little bit on the low side, but he's still in 19, 17 acceleration, 16 for agility and balance. 17 for strength is pretty good as well at that age. 16 finishing and dribbling. Good composure. Off the ball and composure both at 15. So just one more there and they're turning into greens. And he's going to just start to look like a bit of a world beater. As you can see, 130 grand a week at Real Madrid. He's got 27 in 70 for them. He got 12 in 32 in his first season and then 15 in 38 in his second season. And he has played 36 times from the start. Lamine Yamal. So he's a bit more of a winger, it seems. 15 pace, 16 acceleration, agility 19, that's pretty good. His dribbling's great, his finishing is worse, as is his composure. He's off the ball's better. Determination and flair up there, vision, technique. So they're looking slightly different players, as you can see. But in terms of Barcelona, he's just broken through. He's played a lot off the bench in that 23-24 season. Didn't really play at all in 24-25. Less times off the bench. But then this most recent season, every single time he played was a start in the league. 34 times. 14 goals, a 7.11. So he's had his breakthrough season. Let's have a quick look at the comparison between the two boys. And Endrick, well, he's only going to caught him up, hasn't he? Because Yamal was a hell of a lot better to begin with. But as you can see, Endrick's still better defensively, physically as well. Vision, Yamal's got the edge. But attacking-wise, Endrick's got the edge there. That's probably due to the finishing and composure, was it? Aerially, Endrick is now better as well. He's taken that edge. Technically, it is still Yamal, and then mentally, they are both level. But who's got their first trophies under their belt? Because surely one of the Barcelona or Real Madrid have won the league. And it's been, it's been Real Madrid, then Barcelona. So it's one trophy apiece because Endrick wasn't there in the first season. The first season was Real Madrid. Doesn't really matter because Endrick wasn't there. Then he was there. They won by 4 points. And then this most recent season, Barcelona have won by 2 points. And look at Jude Bellingham on a 7.74. This is all about Endrick and Yamal, but I'm telling you now, I love Jude. I think we all love him, don't we? We're going to be checking in on a big old Jude. I mean, look at the absolute state of him. 36 in 106, which is phenomenal for a midfielder. I know he's scoring more at the minute. That will settle down, you'd think. It does pain me that he's probably at the age now where he's out of reach on Football Manager, unless you're Real Madrid or you just do really well in the transfer market. You buy a load of players just to sell to break the bank for Jude. But he is good, isn't he? Wow. Endrick has got 4 goals in 7 caps for Brazil, and Yamal is... So he's playing for Spain, I think, but Morocco's there. So I'm on the SAS24 skin, and at the moment, I believe the SAS24 skin is showing their second nationality in the first slot. SAS will fix that. This is the best skin out there for Football Manager, in my opinion. Don't come at me if you prefer a different skin. Just, I love it. It's amazing. And you can change all these tabs down here. I know it's all got career stats, but that's because I'm not the manager. But you've got like pros and cons, icons, like so many features with this skin. It's unbelievable. I nearly swore then. The Spanish Cup has been won by Barcelona both times, and it's a 1-0 in the final here. And Torres with the goal, and Jude Bellingham got sent off. We've just been singing Jude's praises. What's Camavinga saying? He's pretty good as well, isn't he? Arda Güler as well. Antonio Silva. They've just signed Antonio Silva. Cheeky buggers. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Was he on loan? He was on loan at Barcelona. What weird rogue shout that was. Aurel Romeu. Anyway, Spanish Cup final was won by Barcelona. They beat Girona the season before that. And in the first season, they beat Atletico Madrid. I don't think Yamal would have played in the first season. He barely played in the second season either, did he? So there we have it. In terms of Champions Leagues, Arsenal have won 2. Fair enough. Mikel Arteta. What's his squad saying? I mean, he has got a fantastic young squad. They've bought Tchouaméni from Real Madrid for £112 million. Nathan Ake from City, who's actually listed. Does have a long-term future with them. And that's it, really. There's not really any massive names. Fair enough. Right, well, we're well into it now. We're 3 years in, and they're about to be some of the best players in the world. So we're going to jump through. It's going to be another 3 years to 2029, and they're going to really have a foothold in this experiment. And there's not been a transfer. They have not transferred away from their respective clubs, but Yamal is wanted by Chelsea. Todd Bowley and his millions, wanted by Chelsea, who've just finished 7th. Poch is still in charge. I'm not sure how they've still finished alphabetical order. I do this all the time. They finished 3rd last season, did Chelsea. They've been top 5 throughout the entire experiment so far. Anyway, not about Chelsea, is it? Getting distracted. Yamal, wanted by Chelsea, and you can see why. He's a bloody good player, isn't he? Star player for Barcelona on £400,000 a week. Who's earning more? It's Endrick on £450. And I'm not sure who I prefer. Let's compare. Oh, Endrick's a bit quicker, but it's Yamal who's taken the polygon back, hasn't he? Aerially, technically, vision, defensively. But defensively is nothing, is it, at this juncture? Like, we're not interested in their defensiveness. Season stats, 46 goals. Right, Endrick. Don't know what happened here. Didn't play. What went on? He had a great season the season before where he got 15. And he got 4 goals in 6 starts, 12 off the bench. Then he found himself back in the team. He got 19 and 34 there, 27 in all competitions. But Lamine Yamal, well, look at that. So 26 in 38. 22 in 38, 32 in 38. Let's have a look at his development. Where's he playing? He's playing as a striker, so they are playing him up front. 14 finishing. He's got good composure, great off the ball, good pace. I mean, 14 is very passable as a finisher. You don't need anything too much better, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I like finishing to be high, but if you've got everything else around it, that's kind of all right. But for me, I'd be playing him as a inside forward here. Like that's where I'd be playing him. But what do I know? Look how many goals he's bloody scoring. And Barcelona are currently 1st in the division, and they have won it every single season. It is 4-2 in terms of this experiment, but 4-1 in terms of Endrick versus Yamal in the league. There he is, Lamine Yamal. Not only is he 2nd place to Jeremy Pino in the average rating stats, he's top goal scorer. Fair play. Player of the year. Jeremy Pino, Rodrigo, Nico Williams, Jude Bellingham a couple of times. Who's gone to PSG. He's gone to the dark side for £202 million. Bloody hell. That's how you can get him. Be manager of PSG. I'd rather be manager of Real Madrid. And Yamal has got the top goal scorer 2 seasons in a row. Mitrovic won it there. On to San Sebastian. There's Endrick down in 3rd place. So we have got 2 more cups for Barcelona, 1 cup for Real Madrid, and it was a Real Madrid-Barcelona final. And it was Ansu Fati goal, Gonzalo Ramos and Jeremy Doku. £45.5 million they paid for him, and they've bought Doku for £78 million. So, Copa del Rey, hands down to Barcelona and Lamine Yamal. La Liga, again, Barcelona running away with it. But in terms of Champions Leagues, Real Madrid have won the most recent Champions League against Arsenal, a 3-0. What? Why is it showing the semi-final first leg there? Barcelona lost to Arsenal in the semi-final. It could have been an El Classico final. It was a 1-0 win. It was Manuel Locatelli with the goal in extra time against Arsenal. Arsenal looking for the 3rd of the experiment. Man City and Liverpool have also won. It's been a clean sweep for England until Real Madrid have just taken the crown. 2 for Man City, 2 for Arsenal, and 1 for Liverpool. So as it stands, Lamine has got Players of the Year. No, sorry. Yamal has got 2 top goal scorer awards. He's won a lot more trophies. Has he won any Golden Ball? Ballon d'Ors? The World Golden Ball has been won by Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham. Mo Salah. He's still at PSG on 825k a week. Football of the Year. Saka won Football of the Year. Fair play to him. Mbappe. NXGN. Lamine Yamal has won it. Ricardo Bodson has won it twice. And Malairo Diporiggio. Can't offend him. He's not a real person. How good's he? 20 years old. Oh, I wish the editor was available. I want to know what his current and potential ability is. He is insane. A goalkeeper winning it, no less. Kylian Mbappe winning Player of the Year, Team of the Year. Yamal has got himself in there in Team of the Year the most recent season. And no place for Endrick. No place for Erling Haaland. On the bench. Anyway, on we jump. 3 more years then. They're both still there, and they're both on international duty. The World Cup must be going on. He's listed. Real Madrid have listed him. They no longer require his services. He's on the transfer list for £15 million. Look how good he is. Someone buy him for £15 million. He's on 825k a week. Why are they paying him £825,000 a week? He's 4 years left in his deal, and they're like, don't want him. Have him for 15 million. He's just scored 20. He's had his most prolific season, scoring 20 goals. That's his best season so far, getting 7.16. He's been consistently pretty good. It's not quite £800,000 a week good, but still. Yamal still on 400k a week, modest, not reached the dizzy heights in terms of goals, let that be known. He's still been playing as a striker, 26 and 46, played attacking midfield right a couple of times, but he has not scored as many as there, 32 and 38, 21, 20 and 17. I mean, he's been getting very high sevens. He's been doing fantastically well, in fairness. I mean, look at that, 13 assists in that season. You can forgive the lack of goals with the amount of assists he's got. But, I mean, 9 player of the matches. Yeah, fair play. Should we compare them? Again, Endrick, in terms of attacking, vision-wise, it's Yamal. Aerially, Yamal's taking it back. Technically, they're level. Speed, their level. Physically, it's Endrick, and defending, it is Endrick. Look at the attributes there. I mean, just look at some of those attributes. Look at the greens. They are absolute phenomenal world-class talents. I can't believe Real Madrid want to get rid of Endrick. What's going on in this world? Second in the Spanish First Division, because Real Madrid have just won the league. Endrick, second top goal scorer in the league, has helped Real Madrid to the title, and they've said, nah, get out of the club. Are they joking? What's going on? They've won by 7 points. The first league they've won in years, to be fair. So Barcelona are still absolutely smashing it in terms of league wins. And in terms of the Spanish Cup, well, Real Madrid are catching them back up. So we've had, does that first one count? I'm not going to count the first one. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-3 in terms of cups. But I will say, Real Madrid have actually beaten Barcelona every single time in the final when they've won it. They've won it every single time against Barcelona. Jurgen Klopp's in charge of Real Madrid. Obviously not a fan of Endrick. Penalties there last season, and this season it was 4-1, 2 for Endrick, 2 for Rodrigo, a goal for Yamal, but it was too little too late. I say too little too late. They were already 2-0 down. It would have had to 2-1. Then it became 3-1. 4-1 at half time, to be fair. The Champions League, well, Barcelona beat Chelsea in 29-30. So we're going to go back and have a quick look at the schedule in 29-30, just to see what the scoreline was. It was a 1-0 win, and it was Carlos Gonzalez, who is a regen and a bloody good one at that. 675k a week. So I'm just going to have a quick look at who's earning what. Gavi's on 700k, Araujo's on $500,000, Pedri's on 475, Yamal's down here on 400. He's same as this Oscar guy. Is he worth 400k? No. He's worth 700. He's good. God, money's got stupid, hasn't it, nowadays? I mean, 100k a week, stupid. I mean, look at this guy. 80k a week he's on. I mean, new gen faced. Ben White doing there. Moved from Chelsea. He went to Man City, right? Then went to Chelsea. Went from Chelsea on loan to Arsenal. He's barely played. He left Arsenal after never playing that last season. Or, no, he started the season. 2 games in, went to City. City went, oh, yeah, not for us, really. 4 appearances off the bench. The following season, 8 appearances off the bench. Off to Chelsea, he went for 15 million. Chelsea went, yeah, not for us either. Back to Arsenal, who Arsenal's went, yeah, not for us. Gone to Barcelona, who've also said, not for us. Ben White has sat on his arse for the last 7 years, stealing a living. 160 grand a week he's on here. What was he on at City and bloody Chelsea? And the Endrick is top earner by a considerable margin. Jurrien Timber's come from Arsenal to Real Madrid. Diogo Costa's there. Ryan Gravenberch, last club at Ajax. Well, he's gone round the houses, hasn't he? Gone full circle. Gone from Ajax to Bayern Munich, real life. Gone to Liverpool, real life. On loan to Lyon, back to Liverpool. AC Milan loan, permanent. On loan to then Lazio, back to Milan, loaned to Barcelona. He had a season at Barcelona as old Ryan Gravenberch, got a 6.84, then went to Ajax for 20 million and has now moved to Real Madrid for 74. Well, he's barely played. And the AI is meant to be more intelligent this year. Fucking isn't, is it? It's only the beta. Early access. Sorry. Tammy Abraham's there. Don't know why I said that so aggressively. Retiring. Anyway, Zinedine Zidane's in charge of England. Where's Ralph? Ralph Hasenhüttl. You're still here. Ralph Watch. Manager of Ireland. Where's he been? Metz. Austria. Why has he not got Southampton on there? Not showing the fact he was Southampton manager. Have you just struck that from the record, have we? In terms of the World Cup then, we've had 2 World Cups in this save game and France have beaten Nigeria and then Ecuador. Okay? And then England have won both Euros. So Yamal, they beat Portugal and Slovenia. Like, what? So Brazil haven't won the World Cup. Neither have Spain. Endrick is on. I tell you what, we're going to come back 1 year because I want to see if Endrick gets that move. So he's moved to Arsenal as Endrick on loan for 1.5 million on loan from Real Madrid. Optional future fee of 21 million pounds. When's this expiring? Today. Well, I don't know if they do it. I've simulated forward. Right. Another year then. 2034. Bloody hell. So now he's at Inter Milan. He's now joining permanently. Mandatory future fee of 31.5 million pounds. 925k a week at Real Madrid. He's got a yearly wage rise in his deal, hasn't he? There he is. 5% yearly wage rise. Minimum fee release clause 191 million and they were getting rid of him for 31.5. 23 and 33 for Inter. He did not play for Arsenal. 2 in 6. What? Endrick's had an absolute fall from grace, hasn't he? I feel really bad. 32, 33. Does that count as a Premier League? Well, we'll have to check in on him. Milestones. Premier Division champions. Then he came back. Then he technically won the Spanish First Division. We're not counting that. Yasser Asprilla for Real Madrid got the best player. That Polygon just won best player. Barcelona losing out again. Well, and now he's at City. 12 and 36. 210 million pounds. Man City have still got Pep in charge. They've just won the league. So he's just won the Premier League with Manchester City. Fiorentina have just won Serie A. Inter finishing 4th with Endrick. 98 points for Fiorentina. Sergio Conceição, one of the best managers in Football Manager history. Ryan Gravenberch has popped back up. Can't get away from him. He's listed surplus to requirements again. Nobody wants poor King Ryan. What's going on? This has nothing to do with Ryan Gravenberch. Yes, he's following around like a bad smell. But who knows what's happening with bloody Jude? Right. Danny Lepelars, 500k a week. He's not that good. Where's Fofana? Moved for 12 million from Chelsea. Anyway, Fiorentina dominating Serie A. Fair play to them. Man City then they've won the Premier League. They've just won the Champions League, beating Real Madrid. Yannick John in the 90th minute. Jude Bellingham now plays for Man City. Well, we've not even gone hunting for Jude, have we? He moved for £75 million from PSG 4 years ago. Make that make sense. Make that Polygon and all those attributes make sense to sell for £75 million when you spent 202 on him 3 years earlier. He's been at City for like 3 or 4 years in his prime. 145 caps for England. 15 goals. England have won, of course. Frankie Lampard's in charge. Overview. 3 Euros. They've won the Euros every single bloody time. The World Cup. France again. Oh no, sorry. It was the same as last time we were here. France won it. It's happening now, isn't it? So Man City have just won the Premier League and the Champions League with Lamine Yamal. They've just won the FA Cup as well. So fair play, Man City. They just beat Sheffield Wednesday in the final. And the Carabao Cup was won by Everton. So Man City did not win it. Luton get into the final there. Right, so Endrick's at Inter Milan, Yamal's at City, 2034. Let's go through, how old are they? 26, 27, right, 5 years, 31, 32 they'll be. Okay, Endrick is joining Al Ittihad for free. What's he going to be on? He's on 475k a week at Inter. I don't imagine Inter have got many players on much more than that. No, he's their top earner by £125,000. He was on £900,000 at one point at Real Madrid. And now he's going to Saudi Arabia at 32 years old. I tell you what, I'd love to know Endrick's hidden attributes on this because he is an absolute greedy bastard, isn't he? He has gone wherever he can for a little bit of money. In terms of his career stats, he's done very well at Inter since he's moved for 31 million. 20, 26, 25, and then 20, respectively. Serie A has been won by Fiorentina every year, except Inter have won it once. Has Endrick done anything in terms of top goal scorer? Yes, he has. He won it in 2036-37 when he got 26 goals. But Sclafani for Fiorentina has won it a few times. And John Omari most recently. The 30-year-old. But over to the Premier League then, and Man City in the last 5 years have only won the Premier League 3 times. Man UFC won the league once, but 3 times for City. Pep is still in charge. There he is, Lamine Yamal. Camavinga came from Real Madrid for £195 million. Oh, he came a long time ago. Looks like Jude's gone. Well, we'll have a look for where Jude's gone to in a minute. But career stats, Yamal's done... I'll tell you what, he's not scored as much, has he, at Man City? He has not scored as much. Shall we compare the two? In terms of ability-wise, there's not a lot in it. Yamal is slightly better in some areas, but Endrick's slightly better in some areas. I mean, Yamal's not for sale at 31, 400k a week. Endrick's worth sod up. I mean, he's going on a free, so that's probably fed into his value somewhat. But if you look at the transfers, I mean, Yamal went for 200 million. Endrick got basically forced out of the club. Went to Arsenal on loan, they didn't want him. And then he went to Inter for 30 million. It's a bit disappointing for them, isn't it, really? But he's won another Champions League. Chelsea have won 3 there. He's won 3 more Premier Leagues. Won an FA Cup. So he's won a lot more, hasn't he? He's won a lot more, Yamal has, than Endrick. And he's gone for a hell of a lot more money. Where's Jude Bellingham? Let's have a look. He's gone to Al Hilal and he's on £1.7 million a week. He left Man City for £64 million at the start of last season. At 35 years old, he'd have been starting to flag and starting to lose his legs a little bit. As you can see, his physicals are dropping off. He's still a phenomenal player everywhere else. Would I have cashed in at 64 million and made an £11 million loss, having had him for a few years? I quite possibly would have sold him at that point. I mean, but then it's Jude. I don't know if I would have sold Jude at that point. I'd probably be buying him for 64 million. But 1.7 million pounds a week is a bit insane. Should we have Ryan Gravenberch? Come on, let's show him some love. Loving the comments for Ryan Gravenberch. He, after Fiorentina, he went to Villarreal for a couple of years, and then he went to Valencia for the final 2 years of his career, where he won a lot. He's won a lot, to be fair. He's had a very glittered career. He just seemed to be like not wanted. Bit of a shame, really. Anyway, we are in 2039. These two are going to be winding down their careers. We're going to go through 2040. I want to see what Endrick's on. £1.5 million a week. So he's not actually on as much money as he probably would like. He'd see people like Jude Bellingham on more. I mean, to be fair, he's on double what Tariq Babel is. He's on 725k a week. But he probably feels a little bit justified in that. Yamal's still at City, who have not got their manager. Pep has probably resigned. He's an unemployed manager. Arsenal are after Pep. 1 more year. Oh, 2041. We're here. Yamal is wanted by Al Ali, Al Hilal, and Al Ittihad. That's interesting because Al Ittihad famously is where Endrick is on £1.5 million a week. Could they end up at the same club? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Although his deal expires in 2041. Will they renew it? But Man City have got Joan Capdevila in charge. The Premier Division has been won by United 2 years in a row. Pep did go to Arsenal at the grand old age of 69. Nice. But at 69, he went to Arsenal and he's here for another year. Will he stay further than that? So we're going to go, again, 1 more year. Yamal, would he go to Saudi Arabia? More than likely. So he went to Al Ali and he's on £1.6 million a week. I mean, of course, the Saudi Arabian league is not in the game, so we can't see if he's actually won any trophies. And Endrick retired. Endrick's gone. He retired at 34. He'd earned his money, as we saw. He earned his money. No trophies internationally, as you can see there. This is what I like as well. Look at this. It's this screen. I don't know whether this is on the base skin or just on Saz's skin, but look how much more in depth everything is here now. You can see the year-on-year attributes. You can see what they've won. So we won a hell of a lot for Real Madrid. In terms of, we'll have a quick look at Golden Ball. So Lamine Yamal had won it in 28-29, and that seems to be it. Jude Bellingham's won it over there. He's still going? Nah. He's an unemployed manager with average attributes. Jude Victor William Bellingham, who had Saudi Arabia and earned his money. So yeah, Yamal won 1 Golden Ball, Player of the Year. Lamine Yamal has won a lot of Player of the Years. Look at this. It's loads for City, a couple for Barcelona. There you go. He's still at 34. Should we go through a couple more years just to see if he carries on? So he retired after that one singular season at Al Ali. He earned his money, even though he didn't do too badly throughout his career. And look at this for absolute scenes. Although he won more than just the league in 2023. He won it like 5 or 6 times, did he? Oh, 5 or 6 times, didn't he? Yeah, look, so that's not showing up for some reason. Maybe this is just being taken from the bio. It doesn't say much about that in the bio. It says won that, and then in June 2033 joined Man City for 210 million. And then goes on to talk about all the things he won at Man City, which was a lot, to be fair. He did very well, did old Yamal. Better career than Endrick then. It's official. We've predicted the future, and this is going to happen. So, might as well stop watching football, eh? Take care, gang. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'll see you soon.